ineyo mukani mundifuse
yes
Malawi munomo mulibe munthu wina amene atopiriza ntchito imene akwirala zonse chakwera kapena kupanga kompeya enawonse amene akufuna ndi abodza. Mutharika ndi wokalamba sayenera kupitiriza azangogona ku State House. So Malawi kuti apange mistake kupanga usankha Mutharika kuti akhale president next time asankha agogora zikagona. In the end ajautokeza aja ngati ndani amakamba ampeka samba ajisale na amene azalamulira akazawa president Peter Mutharika ndi azawo ena amene ndo sangatithandize dziko na amene azalamulira kuti azakogona. Akakhala kabambe is a political fraud ni wabodza ada wabachipani cha ina yake jongo kula alibe kuyudiye mukabambe wangobera fraud ita so chima watisia is a political fraud angofuna pando zongofuna. The tragedy is that the ADBP aganzula Malawi ndi anthu opusa kuti iwo angapange feature candidate yo sali fiti foti adakula ndi wokalamba ali matenda ambiri wa ukalamba munthu ndeti thupira gonja mafupa saugwira bwino nthawi zinasolo mmutumu sukumbukira zinthu nthawi zinawo kuti apa msana uwawa nyamakazi chani you slow down. That's why nkhalamba sizigwisa ntchito tiwapanga take over ana usamala nkhalamba. ADBP thinks kuti kanene kuti Peter Mutharika thinks kuti Malawi ndi wopusa kuti iye akuzima kukhala ku nyumba because ndi wokalamba not a fault of his basi fayata then Malawi adzangodzuka pa 16 September basi boom tasankha Peter Mutharika kuti ndiye president. Why? Because he has the name of Mutharika and so he has proven leadership. Sizikhala choncho. Mutharika is not fit ndipo Malawi. Let's be serious. I mean ngati Mutharika aupanga front anthu ena to do campaign kuna wina angapanga front. Actually what he's doing, he's just showing how things can be if
kuti ndikambeza Peter Mutharika akogwanga kumudzi adandaula koma ndi mphepo iyi Peter Mutharika sangatuluke kuchita kampeni sizingatani mene sizingatheke. Ndinakapempha kuti ku DPP asanga muluko achimwene anga mukito tisamalireni mkulucha adagwira ntchito mu nthawi yake alowe mnyumba akhale mnyumba. Nkhondo iyi tisire anthu amene ali ndi mphamvu amene angachite ma push up nkumapita kutsogolo.
Ndikufuna ndauza akasakula kuti pokwana pa 16 September 10 o'clock mamawa Professor Peter Mutharika adzakhala ali president wa dziko linolo. Tsiku limenelo akasakula adzaliona dziko linolo kuchepa. Ndikufuna ndachenjeza akasakula kuti tsiku limenelo likadzafika iwaja adzalephera kugona chifukwa Professor akudzasaina kukhala president wa dziko lino pokwana pa 15 or 20 September pena pake pa pamenepo ndipo tsiku limenelo Kasakula adzathawa muno.
Zina langa ndine George Kasakula ndipo ndine Director General wa Malawi Broadcasting Corporation. Ndabwera pano kudzafuna kupepesa president wa dziko lino Professor Peter Mutharika pa zonse zimene ndimalankhula nthawi ya kampeni yowa nena yowo. Ndifuna ndapepese pamodzi ndi First Lady ndi ena onse amene ali nawo amakhala nawo ka kuchipani cha DPP ndi ena onse ndifuna ndapepese kuchokera pansi pa mtima wanga. Zina langa ndine George Kasakula ndipo ndine Director General wa Malawi Broadcasting Corporation. Ndabwera pano kudzafuna kupepesa president wa dziko lino Professor Peter Mutharika pa zonse zimene ndimalankhula nthawi ya kampeni yowa nena yowo. Ndifuna ndapepese pamodzi ndi First Lady ndi ena onse amene ali nawo amakhala nawo ka kuchipani cha DPP ndi ena onse ndifuna ndapepese kuchokera pansi pa mtima wanga. My name is George Kasakula and I'm Director General of Malawi Broadcasting Corporation. I've come on TV to apologize to the State President, Professor Peter Mutharika, for all the things that I said and kind things I said about him and about his candidature. Malawians have voted for him. Millions upon millions have voted for him. So he needs our respect and royalty. So that's why I've come on the TV. Thank you very much to our viewers and the listeners. Sikomon Togosa.
Hello everyone, welcome to Auntie Yami TV, the only TV where you can get justice. That's what I'm going to call. Where it's not bias. I always report organic news, and also I don't really care who you are. If you are MCP or DPP, this channel will not take any sides. But at the end of the day, we are going to continue exposing these our politicians who are destroying Africa, even Malawi as a whole. Now, why am I saying this? I've seen some of you, you are coming here and ask me questions. What about that? What about that? You know what? I'm not ready to answer that. You can answer those questions by you can answer those questions by debating. Because I'm just here according to the information what I got. If I said we need to remind the government to investigate the death of Saulos Chilima, that means I'm not there to take sides. But what I want is to preach so that we can remind our leaders, the new government, to investigate so that Malawians plus the family can get answers. This is what I'm doing here. Anyway, everything is fine. Thank you very much for your support, for your love. You know what? I don't know what to say. I love you so much. And your auntie loves you so much. We are not here for negativity. We are here just to lift up you, the youths, who are the future leaders, to open your eyes and make sure you make right judgments. Why am I saying this? These politicians, they are destroying your future. If you don't open your eyes and get trapped into their games, I'm telling you this now, this world is gonna be a world where is gonna be no future. You are destroying your future. They are using you like a scapegoat. Open your eyes, African future leaders. What do you think? All these leaders, they've reached their certain age where they will not be there. I'm telling you this now. Either we retire, either, anything does happen in this world. We cannot deny. But it's about you. When you see people like us, parents, your auntie, coming out here and preach and remind you and try to connect with you, the youth, I know what I'm saying. Anyway, today is about me, how I'm seeing all this issue about the Director General of Malawi Broadcasting Corporation. Is it Kasakula? Remind me the name, because I'm not here even to be mentioning names of people. Oh my God, guys. I couldn't believe, because I've listened to his speech, what he was saying. I'm like, oh my God. Did he dreamt about this day? This is what I always say. Even that time, Chilima was assassinated. No one, only God knew what is going to happen. You and me, we did not know. That's why you can see MCP, they relaxed. They did not care because with them, the future wasn't there. They were just thinking about that day. This is what our leaders are doing. I hope and remind DPP government that be careful, because if you don't correct the weaknesses, it means that 5 years is gonna be just like 2 days. 1 day is like 1 year. I'm telling you this now. Soon or later, we'll be talking about elections. But it's not about that. Guys, freedom of speech is the word. Every human being has got a right to freedom of speech. But, what I've heard, this man talking, how he's been describing the president of Malawi, how he's been discriminating. This is the word I can't believe. But it's not the matter of you and me taking justice on our hands. I condemn violence. If these guys were sent by the ruling government, I condemn, and I won't stop condemning that. But at the end of the day, I need to educate people like Chimwendo Banda, people like this Kasakula, people like you name it. And you know them, because I'm going to pray. I cannot even know all their names, but I'm going to make sure I play the videos. We need to shame them because they always claim that they are very educated. Educated and manners is 2 different things. The president decides to sue him because, guys, freedom of speech is not what is happening in these political rallies, in this politics, cheap politics, very cheap politics. Conflict of interest. Politics can clash with professional duties, especially if political views or affiliations interfere with workplace fairness. Are you telling me that in Malawi, the companies doesn't have policies and procedure? Let me know. Some of you who are here, who are employees of governments or corporates, even if you did not go to school, but we always know that our forefathers used to preach about respecting elders. Where is that? Why are we forgetting in the name of freedom of speech? Why are we using our youth or people to forget their culture, their tradition, in the name of politics? Workplace division. Political involvement can sometimes create tension or polarization among colleagues. Job performance risk. If political commitments become too demanding, they may affect productivity or focus. This is what is happening. I don't blame people like this Kasakula. Why? Because he was used. He knew that what he was doing wasn't right.
The whole city center, we have over 70,000. Mukauza ajabanga kafukufuku aja kuti ndale ndi background. Mukauze kuti lapela ngai. Mukauze kuti mpikisana kati mukapikisane mukathamange liwiro. Sulengeza owina anthu akathamanga wasanadziwike. Chachitika chija ndikufuna kupuchitsa Malawi. Simungauza Malawi kuti uyo awina pamene olowa mbwalo simukumudziwa. Anzatu aja ambwinda.
Kodi mukapita ku chipatala kuti tiyeze kaya malungo kaya ndichani amatenga magazi onse mthupi samachita sampo.
Sindikunena sampo kuti anatenga yochepa kapena yambiri ayi. Ndanena kuti marathon unapitako kakamuzu stadium akati anthu apikisana mbwalo. Ndiye mmamba mwaona anthu opikisana aja atalowa mbwalomo. Ndiye mmaona kuti uku kuli chenyansa kulipita Mutharika ndi race. Uku kuli achakwera ndi running mate wawo. Uku kuli kayanda ndani ojanzake ndi running mate wawo. Ndiye akayalana mukamaliza atenge manifesto yawo apereke. Akapereka manifesto ndiye mupangeno research tsopano kwa anthu aja. Koma anthu aja sanalowe mbwalo simukudziwa kuti atayime ndi ndani.
Ndiye research yo kafukufuku wa Afrobarometer wakupwetekani.
Aibodza limene lija nlochera. Akufuna listen Brian. Inedu ndale ndikuze Brian.
Amene aja ni ma professors samanama.
Okay, ndiye utaone ni ma professor ngati amakhala mu parliament. Utaone iwe listen. Listen, ni ma professor ngati amakhala mu parliament. Ma professor
alanguleso.
Afrobarometer ndiyo yomwe inalosera kuti MCP wina. Yomwe nthawi imene ija munanena kuti zili bwino. Kafukufuku weni.
Akanena zogwirizana ndi inu ndiye kuombera manja.
Ameneja anali ngati prophet waona mama clouds kuntunda nkomati kugwavula. Nthawi imeneja Saulo Chilima Malemu ndachakwera. It was obvious. Even mwana wa ku school. It was obvious. Kuti ababa Saulo Chilima ndachakwera awina. Koma mubwerere mbuyo before Saulo Chilima. Sana uze my Joyce Banda kuti awina.
Anthu akudandaula kunjaku kuti zinthu zakwera mtengo kwambiri.
Ndipo kwera mtengo ndimafuna ndikuze kuti mukati amene aja ni ma professor parliament mucha professor makhalamo chaka chimodzi temu imodzi. The second term amachoka. Ma professors zawo nzankalasi. Ndale za kumudzi ni ma professor sizigwirizana. Umu muli anthu parliament akazaka 30. Or even MSC alibe. Yes, even MSC alibe. Koma kala zaka 30 zaka 25 ali members of parliament. Ma professor wamangokhalamo zaka 5. So musapadikize sukulu ndi ndale.
Sizendera.
No, kutali. Kutali ifake tu parliament jamangofusa kuti umavako chizungu, umayankhulako chizungu basi. Sana na kuti madzakwe.
Ndiye ino Secretary General a Malawi Congress Party mukunena kuti sukulu njosafunika.
Iweyo ameneyo. Ndati sizigwirizana. I think ayo oleta bangali waindi wanena ndiweyo. Ine ndanena kuti sukulu ndi ndale sizigwirizana. Sindanene kuti njosafunika. Njosafunika wanena ndiweyo.
Ndiye kusagwirizana kwa kikota.
Munthu wanzeru opanda khalidwe, opita nkalasi opanda khalidwe sabwerera parliament. Munthu osachita kalasi koma wakhalidwe amabwerera parliament. Politics is about humanity.
Because at 84, the president of the United States,
yes,
Joe Biden,
yes,
has given up, and he's only 83.
That's right. He has given up because obviously I think there are some problems there.
Okay.
But what I'm asking you is why are they so concerned about? Because the people, my supporters,
yeah,
the people in the DPP are not concerned. But it's the people in the opposite camp who are concerned about my age. Why? What's their problem? Since when were they concerned about my welfare? Since when? They've never wished me well before. Why are they so concerned about me now? It's simply because they don't want me in the race. Because they know I get in there, they're out. I can assure you this. We'll confirm this in September, on September 17th. I'm in that race, they're out. They'll be defeated. I can assure you that. And they know it.
They know it?
Oh, yes, they know. Oh, they know. And that's why I try to do all this rigging and so forth with mumbo-jumbo registration nonsense they're doing now. That's the only way they can win. Because they know straight fight, they can't win. Never. They can't win. And in 4 fights, I've beaten them 2014, 2016, 2018, 2020. Me and MCB, I've beaten them each time by over 5% margin. And they know it. And nothing has changed. So it's a ruse to simply discredit me and try to run me out of the race. If they think they can intimidate me, they don't know me. They don't know APM. I'm sorry. People mistreat APM. They don't know me. Nobody can intimidate me or run me out of this race. Never. So they're wasting their time. They better shut up and stop talking about it, because I'm not going to pay any attention to them, and my party is not going to pay any attention to them.
Koma ndifuna ndichenjeze anthu amene muchita ziwawa ndi manena mauwawa, ukamawina sumatani kodi suponda. Ngati wachalira upanga ziwawa kuti masankho alephereke, sizitani zimenezo sizitheka. Kaya ufuna kubisala mudzina la ndani kumameza sizitani kodi sizitheka. Ndiye ena mukumabwera nkulowa kupanga ziwawa nkuvala ma t-shirt a MCP kumana mizote MCP upanga ziwawa. I warn you as a secretary general, tikugwirani anzanga osandale tiyike mtendere pachani kodi patso
kuti pomafika lero lino ndinokhutitsidwa bwanji ndi mmene anthu ayilandira sona
kwa amene akulankhula zinthu zoveka zolongosoka zoona. Ndine kuti ndinokhutitsidwa. Ndaona atsogoleri ya mipingo, civil society, ngakhalenso phungu ene ake ku parliament, makamaka mbali ya boma, kulankhula zinthu zabwino zoveka zothandiza. Enaso ngati olemekezeka Dausi nawo naso penepo ananjanja microphone a parliament nawonso amalankhula zinthu zoveka. Koma ukaona ma reactions anthu ngati achaponda amene ndi leader of opposition, wachula kabambe amene ndi mtsogoleri wa chipani cha UTM chimene adachita kuba, ndi zoyitsa manyazi. Reaction yawo yoyitsa manyazi. Akabambe anathamanga, naona full page mu Times newspaper, Daily Times newspaper, ikhale ya Monday kayaliti naona mene momo uyika full paper zoyitsa manyazi. Choona nchakuti anthu a opposition achita adabwa. Anthu a opposition akudziwa kuti sona amene president anayipanga mwantundu wina, ndipo yapanga land pa ground. Iwo cholinga choyesetsa kulanene kuti sona ndiyoyipa potengera mavuto amene Malawi akukumana nawo. Yes, mavuto amene akukumana nawo, koma suti mnganene kuti sona ndiyoyipa ifanana kuti chakudya chachepa m'dziko muno. Futi chakudya chachepe tonse tikudziwa kuti ndi mvula imene chakayatha sinagwe bwino. Koma president salangokhala ngati thiwatiwa amene mali ikapezana mavuto nkutenga mutu mwawika mu mchenga kunyanja. No, adayesetsa even pakati panopa chakudya chikugawidwa. Iwo afuna kuti anthu azikapasa peso zoti chakudya chavuta. Yes, chakudya chavuta. Nobody can say no. In fact, it was the president who acknowledged it. You also acknowledge. It was the president that acknowledged it. That's why I declare disaster. Way before you asana declare. So mina sometimes mina declare disaster. Nkuti kachakudya kalipo. Pena kachakudya kalipo anthu apanga afford. Koma he knew kuti many overall, food situation in the country nchochepa less than what Malawians need to cover next harvest season. He declared disaster in this country. He declared, came on TV and declared disaster. This is what you have. That means he knew we will have this problem. So, in short, their reaction, Magamaga opposition, is shameful. And I think at the end of the day, Sana Sire, Malawi, tisavere and opposition. Magamaga DPP, even UTM, Dantu, Oipa. Suti DPP mboma singa kalepo. Ila kalapo mboma DPP. Iwo agambaza njala, udinjala, iwo nthawi yawo njala simabwera ambiri. The difference is that nthawi yawo, nthawi ya njala, amatoza Amalawi, amatukwana Amalawi, kwatoza, munthu kwathu tikati munthu yotoza, unitoza pano. Ndiyo kuti iweyo unitinka, sunifuna, unilankhula mawu achipongwe, mawu opweteka. Amalankhula mawu opweteka. Even Peter Mutharika omwe, namina amatsukapa tsokolo, kuti chani kodi. Osamagaja ziwalaba, osamagaja bewa. Sama panga acknowledge vuto. Amanyoza Malawi. Ndi anthu antudzu. They are arrogant. And the arrogance, iwoneka even mina lili ku opposition. Zana likodi nzuro, nimeona clip ya Ajisale, ya Norman Ajisale. Kaya kuti kunali nkhani zoti onaka amapanga amanena kuti iwo amangidwa nkhani za malemu isa jaunju ndi amayankha pelepo. uyankha mwano mwantudzu akuti mwamangidwa ine sina mangidwa tu kuti papa ndochokera kukadya ndalama makadya mane ndobwerera kulilongwe amene mufuna chanchani mukhozo ndipeza ndipatse kulilongwe. If they are saying such things today and who Peter Mutharika amene apanga surround Peter Mutharika, if they are saying such things today zamwano zantudzu osangoti na bwanji kuti ine zoti namangidwa sina mangidwa mbodza full stop. Why should you start unyoza Malawi kuti ine nakadya mane na Malawi angati amene angakadya mane Malawi ali mavuto aganza njala aganza chani wina zauza kuti makadya mane chipongwe. Now if they are doing such chipongwe kwa Malawi ali ku opposition, what more if you give them government? They would as an old drama mafuna zero mbomba pano tikutafuna mali chani. That's what we should expect. So Malawi, we should not allow this crew to come back to government. Abreza chakwera satu wana muntu sana berebe podium nkolera kuti Malawi mo khalira oni nena nthawi zonse pa Facebook kaya chani ndinobu sa ndinowa chani. Peter Mutharika amanyoza Malawi nthawi zonse akhala patsogano foolish akhala patsogano nonsense this stupidity chani arrogance. Malawi, are we sure we want this arrogance to come back in 8 months, in 7 months or 8 months time? We don't want such arrogance to come back. We are better off with this president. Ofatsa, Odeka, Obanda Chipongwe, Sanyoza Muntu, Obanda Katangale, Simzavabu, kwa account kwa president, kwa 300 million, ndegena kwa mara, waweka ndani account, account yako, maswano, wima bwela, before nga, kuruko bwela drama, ungamafuza mtu, waweka mako, sachitika hapo nchikomo. Account ya Peter Mutharika, 145 million, from dubious characters. Where This is public information. Nothing.
Mina photo kanda ya miracle money. Miracle.
No. President miracle money. The president miracle money. Wewe ndio unajita miracle money. Nanga president akajita miracle money. Malawi tisadai mweta. Chifanya mavuto amene tukumana nawo. The good thing is that mavuto amene tukumana nawo president huyu ama solver. Ama chita acknowledge kuti we have a problem and we are solving. Kama chuma chikuvuta zilizokera ntengo, he is acknowledging pompano solve finance abanga budget which is going to acknowledge all the things and the way forward where we are. Things will get better. Pompano tembo kulisa folia that will bring forex chimanga nalenaso on Tuesday kuti president uyu ngwajisomo chaka chilovula ili bilo kwapili ndiye kuti chaka chilibwera ichi tikangomaliza njala ya February amene kuti tathandizana kuti amene ataye moyo February amene ifa njala March April dziko lolikhala chimanga cha mbiri ko basi onena kuti chamenga chitsika automatically komanso anthu alima tidya bwino kuti khala bwino ndeti savera opposition kuti azipanga kuti apange weaponize njala ya dziko muno imene it was not caused by the president, it was caused by nature. Vula sina bwerebwino but he hasn't said basi nzongozo Malawi sineyo ine nimabereka mvula mesa bereka mvula chauta. No, he has taken it up to make sure that he sources chimanga cha anthu amene alibe chakudya. That's the kind of president that we want. If you ask me kuti our opposition, my summary is very simple. The reaction to Sona ya opposition is shameless. Ya Sanje afuna pusisa Malawi. They've got their own band of supporters by Facebook. Kuma Malawi, as I said on Tuesday, they know the truth. The good thing is that the president, I repeat, anachozi zonna kuti zili pa ground aliye sakozo kazi cheka akabambe mune nawo anapita ku Nsanje atamakaendera chitukuko. He was simply validating kuti azimene amakamba president zona kuti ku Nsanje amanga. What was the point? What was the point? The point iwo angaramaona ngati kuti akapita kumene koko ndero anthu awambira mmanja kuti oya a president amanamadi. Actually it's the other way around. It means the president was saying the truth. The only difference is that whoever was reporting ku Nsanje started reporting accurately the status of the project. If he or she had reported kuti akumanga, that is going to be enough, because at the end of the day those houses are going to be complete. Whether it's 10 months time, 12 months time, they are going to be complete. It means money is there. So what's the point of president ananama maybe it would have made a point. So whoever is advising Agabambe, I think that one they need to have their head examined, because Agabanga mislead. Those things that is doing Angobanga campaign president. Nandi sile pompo. Azanga
These decisions is making the future generation to suffer. I remind you, I'm raising this voice so that our politicians
Must stop.
because each and every insult this man was making about the president of Malawi, who is Professor Mutharika. Even Chakwera was enjoying that because he did not stop him. And he is the one as a leader to answer also, because it's not the matter of, oh, let's move on, let's forget. No. Something has to be done because this has to stop, because it's destroying. The more all these court cases are happening, that is taxpayers' money, your money, Malawians. That little money you are getting, the tax they are removing, all those small business you are struggling, that's the money that is used at those court hearings. So why can't you fight important things? Why can't you stand out there and preach to these governments? Tell them the truth that, you know what, us the youth, we need this. We need this. What is needed is civic education. People like them who vandalizes, who are thugs, who are criminals, political criminals, they need to be educated. It's because of poverty. That's why people are falling into these traps. Because these politicians, they've got blood on their hands. If you taste blood, it means all your life, if you accept, you'll be enjoying. I'm not going to continue on leading this. That was discrimination. Chimwendo Banda, that was discrimination. You've got a question to answer. Why were you insulting how old this president is? Don't you have old people in your generation? Are you God to choose how young or old someone has to become a leader? You are not God. That's why, and he knew that it was unprofessional, but he chose to forget what he was taught or knowledge he acquired or the skills. Then he listened to their bosses. He listened to those bloodsuckers who are now going to destroy the future of his own family, including kids who are future generation. You can see how this politics is making not only you, but your siblings suffer. Because the moment that party you are supporting disappears, sinks like MCP, what happens? DPP will want to choose their own. And those ones will even follow and forget that be biased. They don't need to take sides. Because these our politicians, they've forgotten that these so-called employees, they've got families. Whenever they are dismissing these workers, it affects the whole generation. That means Malawi cannot progress, cannot grow, because now this man needs to start all over again. Come on. You are telling me And I've seen this video why he's apologizing. Come on, sir. They made you to apologize. So you came out there and apologized like you did not know. Are you underage? That you did not know what you were saying. Why is it that people are just thinking about today, not tomorrow? Guys, the world is running so fast. More than even the fastest man who was Usain Bolt from Jamaica. Remember? Hey. Even more than the jaguar, which is the fastest animal. But these our politicians have closed our eyes with honey. So when we test, rather than our eyes producing tears, they are producing honey. Then we feel like so sweet. As you know, honey is so sweet. Then they forget about tomorrow. They forget that it's not only honey which tastes good, even salt. If you add salt in your food, it tastes good. Not too much salt. And what these politicians have forgotten is like tears taste like salt, not sugar. But with them, they are like fighting God and add sugar on those tears to become sweet. Is this the life we are going to live? This is a message to the youth. Are you going to continue becoming a diehard rather than fighting for your country, fighting for your future? This politics, which has made the youth greedy musician, greedy youth, greedy, you name it, greedy women who doesn't even care about their families. They would rather leave their house and go travel just to praise a leader. Even if the husband said, please, don't go to that rally today. But they are not going to listen. Is this the politics that will grow the economy of Malawi or Africa as a whole? Is this the politics that will get rid of poverty in Malawi or Africa? Is this the politics that will get rid of unemployment in Africa or Malawi? No. You young people, future generation, you need to stand out there. It's not about a protest, going on the street and start vandalizing. You don't understand that whatever action you do, you are destroying the economy, the growth, unemployment, poverty in your country. You need to understand this is not the time to show how dumb we are. This is the time to open our eyes and our ears and do the right thing. All those people who have lost their jobs, as I'm talking today, they are there suffering, crying. Some of them just to end it all. But whose fault is that? It's about making wrong decisions, being used like a cherry drum. Now you want to keep by yourself. End it all. Didn't you know? Let's continue. Employees can absolutely engage in politics as long as it's done ethically, respectfully, and without compromising professional responsibility. This is what this man, Kasakula, was doing. He forgot about all this. Now I'm reminding him, and I'm reminding all these people, the Chimwendo Bandas, and even some members of the ruling government. Listen and think. It's different if that company is a private organization, because it's your own. Then no one can get rid of you. But at the end of the day, there is a price for over freedom of speech. People take law into their hands. But at the end of the day, this is what is destroying the reputation of these governments. Some choose to participate outside work hours. Participate outside work hours, Kasakula. Wherever you go, you should have do all this outside work. Or else you should have concentrated on one thing. Advocate for non-partisan causes or support community-based initiatives rather than party politics. You can see. I'm reading this, but it does apply also to Malawians employees. Malawians, keep politics private and separate from work. Don't use company time, resources, or email for political activities. If you go to this office, maybe check his emails. If you go and check work computer, it means he was might be dealing with this politics during working hours, which is also a breach of policies. But at the end of the day, who is to blame? Our politicians. Even him. Guys, no matter what you say, I condemn violence. I condemn, and I don't support that. And I believe the government of President Mutharika will investigate properly. I condemn that, but at the end of the day, this man, whether he likes it or not, he's breached the work policy and regulations. But he forgot that he wasn't meant to be biased. But anyway, I don't think it's only him. This is message to all politicians, because even the recent government, if they are not careful, they are going to do the same thing. That is not right. Guys, why do we call African politics cheap? It's cheap because it's always tit for tat. Rather than our leaders delivering to us, they take time to revenge. There are other cases where they have to be investigated, such as corruption, which is also misuse of government, might be properties, and even misuse of freedom of speech. But that one is not the work of government. It's about individual who feels insulted or discriminated is the one who has to go to the court on law and sue the person involved. But our governments are failing. And they know, because they are not illiterate. They know the law. They know the policy and procedures, and they know everything. But at the end of the day, they choose to use someone illiterate out there to deal with their weaknesses. How can someone give orders to someone who might be illiterate and say, go and do this? Or we can call the youth. Because the youth are being used. We saw the previous government, how the youths were used to be going around carrying machetes, vandalize, occupy people. All those issues. Don't use your own hands or judgment, use to deal with these culprits. There are courts there in Malawi, like each and every country. Those courts can deal with that. Otherwise, if we don't change, Malawi will be poor and poor. These politicians, they'll be coming and go. Coming and you are the one to suffer, not them. Because that time, this man and others were insulting, making these insultive speeches. The president was dancing to that tune. Nobody saw it like it wasn't acceptable. But if these leaders are in the forefront and their ministers or whatsoever, then there is no future. Make sure you watch this video from the beginning till the end. Malawians, before I wrap over, my advice, especially you, the youth, you need to make sure you are part of running this country. Don't be used by these politicians. They are killing your future. That's what is going on here. This cheap politics is destroying Africa. Because that's where corruption is. Because these people who are being sent, they are being bribed, given something. I'll give you this to go and cause a crash. I'll give you this for you to go and do this, cause a car accident. Or go and do this to that person because I don't like that person. Because with them, they'll get away with that matter. This is what used to happen. Go back to your history. The time of Dr. Banda. That is why nobody was charged. Because it wasn't them. They just gave orders, verbal. That's why they had to go free. They couldn't find anyone. People knew, Malawians knew that it's that person, it's that person. But there was no evidence. Because these leaders, these politicians, they know how to play the game. Because they are vampires. I've told you several times, they are vampires. They don't care. They can live with that. Only God knows. Thank you very much. God bless you abundantly as you subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's continue supporting this channel to grow. Thank you very much for your love and support. Your auntie loves you so much. Today I decided just to talk about that. How are you wherever you are? Enjoy your weekend. I know it's not easy, but what can we do? This is life. But we need to fight. Watch this video from the beginning till the end and let me know what you think. Do you think there is justice? Do you think what was happening and what is happening with this politics is freedom of speech? Do you believe that discriminating someone because of his age is freedom of speech? Let me know what you think. Thank you. Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Bye.